Hi, my name is Deborah Adini, CEO Deborah Concepts. I'm really excited about the feedbacks we've been getting from the first part of our Fashion Business Plan series. I'm glad we're of help to you. If you've not seen that video, go and check it out. We talked about the different points that you can use to come up with your company's background. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the second part of our Fashion Business Plan, and that is the marketing plan. You're going to be looking at how your product or service is going to get into the market. There are 9 points we're going to be considering here, and they are the description of your product or service, your market opportunity, the target markets, pricing strategy, packaging strategy, marketing and promotion strategy, distribution strategy, sales method, and your competitive analysis. Let me break these points down so that you can understand it better and come up with your own marketing plan. The first point is description of product or service. Here you're going to be describing your product or your service in 3 ways. Firstly, the features. What are the main characteristics of your product or your service? Secondly is the uniqueness. What makes it different from what is already out there? And finally, the benefits. What is the end user going to gain by using your product or service? The second point is the market opportunity. Here you're talking about the problem you noticed that made you come up with that product or service you're offering. It's always better if you can give a statistics of those that are facing that problem you have noticed. The third point is your target market. Who are those you want to have access to your product or service, or who do you want to sell your product or service to? Let me give an example. If the product you're offering is maternity outfits, you need to describe it based on the features, the uniqueness, and the benefits. Now, your market opportunity could be 5% of women working in corporate organizations get pregnant yearly, and they find it difficult to get outfits that suit their working environment and yet feel comfortable in it. So your target market could be pregnant women working in financial institutions. Why? Because the dress code in financial institutions is different from a pregnant woman working as a civil servant. So you need to streamline your target market. Another thing you should notice, sometimes your end user is not your customer. For example, if you make kiddies wear, your end user is the kids while the customer are the parents. So you need to be able to differentiate who your end user is and who your customer is. The fourth point is your pricing strategy. You need to set the right price that will attract your target market to your product or your service. There are 5 main methods you can adopt as your pricing strategy. The first one is the cost-based method. This is the method that is popularly used by fashion businesses, where you just add up your profits to the cost of production. The second is the competitive pricing, where you just set your price based on the current prices of similar products or service in the market. The third is the value-based pricing. Here, the customer pay you based on the perceived value they have on your product or services. You can easily see that with hairstylists, where you make the same hair at different prices from different hair salons. The fourth one is the price skimming. You put your product or service at an high price, and over time you reduce the price. The last one is penetration pricing, where you start with a low price and over time increase the price of your product or service. Ultimately, make sure you are using the right price strategy that would help your business and also be favorable to your target markets. The fifth point is the packaging strategy. What will your product or service look like when it is delivered to the end user? You need to put that into consideration and make sure you highlight everything you need to make sure you have that packaging you want for your product or your service. The fifth point is the marketing and promotion strategy. It is commonly said that you don't see the advert of exotic cars on TV. You need to use the right advertising or promotion method that would attract your target market. You need to know the medium you're going to advertise with, why you're using that medium, how often you're going to use it. Then if you have to introduce discounts or incentives for your target markets to be attracted to your products or services. The seventh point is the distribution strategy. How is your product or service going to get to the end user? Are you going to employ home delivery? Will you have a walk-in store? Whatever strategy you need to put together that would ensure your product or service gets to the end user, it's very important. The eighth point is the sales method. How are you going to sell your product or your service? Are you going to sell it online? Do you need sales agent or retail outlets? You need to put that in perspective also. The last point is the competitive analysis. Here you're comparing your product or service to similar ones out there. You can pick 3 businesses doing similar things and compare their price, their packaging, sales method, marketing and promotion method. You're majorly doing this comparison to see their strengths and weaknesses and see how that presents an opportunity or threat to your own product or service. And that way we are done with our marketing plan. Watch out for the next video where I'm going to be talking about the operational plan. Cheers to your success. See you soon.